Guys, welcome to my channel. Okay, if you're new here, just click on the follow button. And I'm just here to break down trades I took this week on BTC and on gold. And to be honest, I think most of the position I took from the first entry and the second entry on BTC, I didn't take profit. I was waiting for price to pull back to supply imbalance above over here before I take full TP. It actually did 1 to 3, and I wasn't paying attention. On average, my risk to reward at 1 to 3, 1 to 4, 1 to 5, but I wanted more because I just didn't see the reason why what would reverse the market without getting to this supply. So I went break even on the first position pretty too early because it was late. This was around, I think, 7 in the evening. So it's outside my trading session. So I went break even here. I put a screenshot on my MT4 here. So this position took me out. It's around 7, 8 o'clock. And the following day, I was looking for continuation. So let me break it down what the reason why I took this trade. So let's go to the 1 hour. Okay. So when price pulled back to this unmitigated demand, I didn't do anything. I wanted price to bring out more price action so I could be able to read exactly what it was doing. So when I saw the price pull back here, continuous making lower lows and lower highs, when it got to this point, I noticed he did a pull up and it just created some equal highs above here. So I noticed was a sign of a reversal because price constantly making resistance here. It's a sign that it's actually failing to create lows. Rather, it continuously hitting supply. Okay, because if we were to continue on the bearish flow, when we get to a point like this, we'll actually continue going lower, but we didn't. Let me do this here. We didn't. Rather, we would have done something like this, continue lower, but we didn't. So when I saw this, I waited for some price action to print more, and it's create a high here, create a high, pull back, created a high. So when I saw this, I was not on the chart then. So when I hopped on, this was around, it should be around London, New York session. Okay. So I just took out my fib retracements, went for the high and the low, and it was on my Q zone after sweeping liquidity. You can see this. It created a pullback. And what price did was it swept this low, which was my liquidity, and it gave me the reason to hop on this trade. But there's still an open demand below here. Let me take out this from the chart so you can see exactly what I'm saying. If we should look closely, I like taking my buys from the candle before an impulsive move. And if we look closely, there's still an open imbalance here. So, so the trade actually meets all my criterias, but we still have an open imbalance down here. So the moment I saw this sweep of this low here, All I needed to do was go to the 3 minutes and the 5 minutes and just see how it was going to react. And you can see after this sweep of this low here, after the sweep of this low, liquidity grab, you can see how the price started rejecting. And luckily for me, I was on my seats. All I needed to do was to calculate my risk and watch for a break. And it actually gave me a market shift here on the 5 minutes. If you go back to 3 minutes, we'll see a clearer shift on a smaller time frame to get a tight entry. Yes. So we can see this. When I saw this, it was a reason for me to get on the trade because after I sweep and you see this reaction, it's a sign for me to get on the trade. So the moment I saw a break, it was actually making a bullish flow here, giving me on the 1 minute, on the 3 minutes, this is on the 3 minutes. So boom, I calculated my risk and I went in here. Okay, so if we should look closely, this is 1 to 3. But I held my position because I was actually going for the supply. And if you look sideways here, it's actually a very clean mitigation, no imbalance, and price was pretty clean. I see no reason why price would want to reverse. Okay, but I wanted to go for a 1 to 6. I had when I saw this break here, I went break even on my position. When I saw this move, just because I was off session, it was pretty late. I went break even when I saw this. And for some reason, the trade actually took me out of this position. So on the following day, I saw this break as well. So it was a good sign. Price was actually constantly making higher highs and higher lows. So when I saw this pullback, I just looked for the other block. I waited for confirmation. Okay, I have to wait for a sign, and this was a sign. This was a break, change of character here. Boom! When I saw this, there was a reason for me to get on the trade. You can see it's a flow. Boom! Break, retest. Boom! And I hop in, calculated my risk, and I went in. When I saw this break, I was already stacking. I was stacking more position, and for some reason, market reversed on me. You can see this actually did another 1 to 3 again. If I should go for the nearest high, this was 1 to 4, but I held my position because I figured this was actually going to my favor and we're gonna hit supply. I got out of the trade break even and I was holding this position with confidence that I'm gonna get to 1 to 11, whatever. I wasn't looking for 1 to 11 because I had a bigger stop than this. I was just stacking more position because why not? If there's a possibility for me to get to 1 to 10, 1 to 7, 1 to 8, why not? I'm gonna take it. And I held for some reason, and you can see what the market did. Boom, took me out at break even. So this week hasn't really been very good for me because I didn't take profit at 1 to 3. I held, and for some reason, first trade break even, second I got wicked out on this because I went break even out of session, and this I held. I saw a clean break. I thought this was a retracement. If you can look clearly, this looked like a pullback after a break of structure here. And for some reason, the market just melted down and took me on break even. So this is my BTC trade. So I'm gonna do a video on how I traded gold this week and on my breakdown. I also experienced similar things on both pairs, gold and BTC, that hasn't really been going well for me this week, but it was still gold, part of the game, and let's see what we can do. If this is your first time on seeing my video, just click the button, like and follow, and just share my ideas and how I trade the financial market. So see you on the next one. Peace.